Oh my god. UFC 319 just wrapped up, and I know a lot of people thought the result of the main event would, this result would be accurate, but in that way, okay, we're gonna go through all of the fights and break them down. Okay, starting with the early prelims. I didn't watch this. The Ultimate Fighter finale, Olibi Idris versus Joseph Morales. Joseph Morales got a second round submission. Not what I would have guessed, but I didn't make a prediction for this fight, so whatever. I did bad on predictions on this card. Karine Silva versus Dion Barbosa. I saw people saying this was a robbery. I know the numbers here don't say everything. It's round by round, but I don't know. I knew Karine Silva would win. It's women's MMA, low-level women's MMA. Who cares? Edson Barboza versus Drakkar Close. Yeah, Edson, buddy, you gotta retire. That was not it. That was just not a great performance. Got cooked by Drakkar Close. I know it was pretty close for the first couple rounds, but yeah, Drakkar Close, look at these numbers. He just totally outdid him. I went with Edson, but I knew Drakkar Close was going to win. Ridiculous. Oh, Chase Hooper versus Alexander Hernandez. I was sipping the Chase Hooper Gooner Kool-Aid. Disgusting. I wanted Chase Hooper to win. I hate Alexander Hernandez. Hate his face. Hate the way he acts. And he won. He KO'd Chase Hooper. Caught him with a right. Knocked him down bad. Chase Hooper is atrocious on the feet. It sucks. But it is what it is. Whatever, man. Jessica Andrade looked absolutely awful against Lupi Gordina. She just goes over there and swings for the fences every punch. And Lupi was just way quicker, way more technical. Got one takedown on 14 attempts. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Lupi clearly won this fight. Jessica Andrade is not very good anymore. I don't know how she fell off so fast. Mikhail Olasechik got my pick right here. He knocked out Gerald Mearshart. Mearshart debatably needs to retire after what I saw tonight. GM3 is actually pretty good, He's like a gatekeeper in the middleweight division. He got dropped, and every time like something happened, he would just fall to the ground, welcome Olasechik to his guard, which is like, that's normal. We see guys like Dubronx, Oliveira do that, but you're Gerald Mearshart, and Olasechik let him up every time. Just knock him out bad, so it was a terrible performance on GM3's part, so whatever. Bisonger Surkasayev, whatever, versus Eric Nolan. Didn't make a prediction for this because they added it super late. I would have picked this man's right here. Even though I was really rooting for Eric Nolan, I thought Bisonger was pretty untolerable at the press conference. Just the way he carried himself and the way he acted was very annoying, but he's a fighter, he fought 4 days ago and he came in and did this. Eric Nolan actually fought pretty well. I hope they let him fight some more because he was going out there to win, but he did, of course, get submitted. I thought he won the first round. It was pretty impressive, actually. But then, yeah, submitted by, like, a rear naked choke. Embarrassing. And we're getting to the main card. Tim Elliott. What was going on tonight? Tim Elliott with the crazy, just, like, voodoo moves. Submitted Kaya Sakura. Kaya Sakura, go back to the Japan fighting like Ryzen. Go back to Ryzen. This is not for you, buddy. He went out there, he looked way quicker. Actually, you know what? Tim Elliott is kind of that dude. I don't know how he's as bad as he is. It sucks that he's as bad as he is, like, record-wise. Maybe, motivated Tim Elliott. He was talking about his daughter. Maybe he's gonna go on a title run. Have him rematch a DJ or something. It was actually a very impressive win from Tim Elliott, and he's a super cool dude, and he's very entertaining. I like his style a lot. He's very fun to watch. I can't believe he beat Kaya Sakura. Kaya Sakura was supposed to kill him. Jesus. MVP absolutely schooled Jared Cannonier, as most of us predicted. The third round got a little scary there. MVP just did what he did, stayed patient, did all of his weird stuff. He was taunting more than usual in this fight. Knocked down Cannonier on multiple occasions. It says 0 knockdowns. He knocked him down like 2 or 3 times. Would like act like he was walking on like a cane or something. His blitzes are insane. Embarrasses opponents. He really does. But then in the third round, he went for like a Superman punch, fell down, Cannonier got on top, and had some pretty good ground and pound. Didn't do enough. I think Cannonier had a pretty decent game plan, He crashed in and he would go for the clinch, but MVP's takedown defense looked pretty good. The only reason he got down was because he went for a stupid move and landed on bottom. So I all around thought MVP looked pretty improved in this fight. I don't know who beats him, unless you're like a wrestler. I can't believe he's a middleweight, because now that means he's going after Hamzat. MVP talked about welterweight as well. No, stick to one weight class. You're ranked number 9 now. You're going to get a big fight. Just go for it, MVP versus, I don't know, we'll do a fights to make video tomorrow. Very impressive win. I picked him. This one was pretty obvious to me. Jeff Neal, Carlos Prada, Jesus Christ. This fight, they were getting busy. They were getting to it, you know. I was actually kind of scared. I picked Protest, and he was getting caught by some strikes. Jeff Neal clinched with him, crashed in, and Protest said, like, oh, you're going to wrestle me now, which was hilarious. And then here with 1 second left, there was, like, really, like, 4 or 5 seconds left. Protest lands a spinning elbow that hits Jeff Neal so loud. Like, it literally sounded like you punched a wall or something. Split his temple open. It was disgusting. Knocked him out cold. He was down for a while. They were covering his face when he was on the ground because he was so out of it. Protest with one of the coolest knockouts. Like, Mauricio Huffy just got that spinning wheel kick knockout, and Protest just got a spinning elbow, and it was absolutely devastating. So, he also said he wants to fight on the Brazil card, which is soon, and he called out Leon Edwards. As much as I want that fight to happen, Leon Edwards ain't accepting that, let's be honest. He's just not. Matchmaking video come tomorrow. Lerone Murphy versus Aaron Pico. Okay, I picked Lerone Murphy. I was like, Aaron Pico's a Bellator dude. Bellator dudes have been awful. Aaron Pico looked good. I know what happened, but he looked good. Those body shots were vicious, absolutely vicious. His pressure was insane. I was like, oh my god, Pico's gonna win. Took him down 2 times. Like, Pico impressed the crap out of me. And as he came crashing in, Lerone Murphy, I kid you not, there was a spinning elbow. 2 spinning elbows in a row. This one knocked him out cold as well. Like, it was done. He was dead. It was like, as soon as it hit him, he was dead. It was crazy. I still think Aaron Pico beats a lot of featherweights. Like, what he showed me in those 2 minutes, I was like, oh my god. Like, he's ripping to the body. His pressure is crazy. He's going to beat some featherweights. Like, I think you could match him up against top 15 guys still, and he'd win. Lerone Murphy's very good, though. 17-0. I know there's like a narrative of him being pretty boring. He's a good fighter, dude. He is. He called out Volkanovski. Don't give him a title shot next. I don't know. Do him versus like Movsar or something, right? Or Yair. Do him versus Yair. Winner gets title shot. Boom. All right. Now, oh my god, look at these numbers. Okay. I picked Dricus. I thought it was a good pick. I was like, Dricus got this. Hamzat landed 12 out of 17 takedowns, 529 strikes. Now, granted, all these strikes were like he's stroking a 2-incher on his face or something. Why? Okay, anyways. That's what it looked like. He got crucifixed about 57 times on Dricus. He crucifixed him so many times he thought he was Jesus. And just absolutely battered him. Honestly, though, he didn't do a lot of damage. He really didn't. Hamzat did not do much damage to Dricus. Dricus was smiling, laughing after every round. He just could not stop the takedowns. It was literally every attempt Hamzat went for a takedown, he got it. And I know a lot of people are going to be mad and think he's boring. It was like the most impressive display of wrestling I've ever seen. And I'm not even a Hamzat fan, so I'm not glazing. It's just like, I was baffled. I was like, this is insane. No one does this. No one's going to beat Hamzat. That's a fun fact. I thought low-key, like, oh, Anthony Hernandez might be a sleeper matchup against, like, the winner of this, you know? Anthony Hernandez is going to get killed by Hamzat. Like, if Dricus can't do anything, even people who are better at grappling than Dricus aren't going to be able to do much, you know? They'll maybe do slightly better. Very dominant fight. Dricus gave me so much hope. I'll tell you, I was jumping up and down screaming with that last minute when Dricus got top control, landed a few strikes, went for like a guillotine. Oh my god, if he pulled that off, I think I would have cried, and I'm not afraid to admit that. I think I would have cried out of pure shock and happiness, but Hamzat won. I don't hate Hamzat, I'm just not a big fan of him. I really like Dricus, so it sucked to see him lose. This event was honestly insane. Going through it, we had some insane finishes, you know, and some good fights. Like, all around, I think this was a very fun event. The Alexander Hernandez KO was nice. The Olasejik KO was nice. This fight was a banger while it lasted. Tim Elliot winning was crazy. MVP fights are always entertaining, even if he has low output. Like, he's just so entertaining. Carlos Prates and Leon Edwards, close enough. Lerone Murphy, bruv. Back-to-back spinning elbow KOs is just, you'll never, like, I don't know when we'll see that again. And Hamzat with an absolute display. Their stare-off was so good, too. God, I wanted Dricus to win. I originally thought if Hamzat wins, they're going to run back a rematch, but there's no way you give Dricus a rematch after seeing how much he just got killed. There's just no way. I'm going to do a fights to make video tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. If you're new around here, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.